Hello friends, today we have a super interesting video on our channel because I've collected the most secret and little known facts about the new turrets that were added in the 32.0 update of Melon Playground. Many players have seen the turrets themselves and even played with them, but not everyone notices the hidden details and nuances. In this video, I'll share everything I've discovered, from the differences in weapon models to the truly insane physical features that the developer has added. Make sure to watch the video all the way to the end, because at the end, I'm going to show you an experiment with the blade trap that really left me with a slack jaw. Let's go! So let's start with rocket turret. It would seem that there is something special here, a turret that just shoots missiles. But if you look closely, you can see a very interesting detail. The rocket fired by rocket turret does not match the one used in a regular rocket launcher at all. It seems to be nonsense. Well, a rocket and a rocket. But if you slow down the video and compare the frames, you can see that these are absolutely two different projectiles. The rocket launcher has a longer rocket with a different body shape and even a different tail. However, the rocket turret has a smaller rocket with a different flight animation and a different explosion effect. This suggests that the developer intentionally created a new type of rocket specifically for this turret. This raises the question of why they did this. It could be a foresight for future updates, where we may see a new type of weapon, a new rocket launcher, or even another rocket launcher with unique features. After all, if the rocket already exists in the game's code, why not use it separately later? In short, there's definitely something to think about. Now let's move on to the knife turret. Again, we have a similar situation. We all know the regular knife that has been in the game for a long time. However, if you take a closer look at the knife turret's projectile, you'll notice that it is a completely different knife. It has a different shape, texture, and sheen, and it is clearly designed from scratch. This knife cannot be obtained separately, and it is not found anywhere else, making it a true mystery. I wonder if this is also a hint for the future. It's possible that the developer plans to add new melee weapons, and this knife is the first step in that direction. Alternatively, it could be a purely decorative feature to make the turret look unique. However, the fact remains that the knife turret fires knives that are not officially part of the game. This is quite interesting, folks. The next turret is the healing turret. At first glance, it seems simple. It shoots a beam and heals the NPC. However, if you look closely, you'll notice a truly ingenious detail. The beam can reflect and distort against metal objects. It's like the physics of light in real life. If the NPC is behind a metal barrier, the beam sometimes bends or deviates, creating an incredible visual effect. The developer didn't just make it as a visual effect. They really thought through the mechanics to make it feel as realistic as possible. I mean, come on, who would even notice such details? Everyone thinks, it's just a game, but in reality, there's a lot of attention to detail. And honestly, I want to give the developer another round of applause for such moments because it's truly impressive. And finally, let's talk about the blade trap. At first glance, it seems like a simple trap. You set it up, the NPC approaches, and the spikes pop out. It's straightforward. However, if you experiment a bit, you'll discover a fascinating effect. When you significantly increase the size of the blade trap and approach it with a melon, its parts literally scatter across the map. This is unlike the usual NPC destruction. Instead, a unique algorithm triggers, causing the body parts to fly in different directions at high speeds. Sometimes it even seems like a reference to old physics bugs, where objects would fly into space with just a touch. And this, by the way, opens up a huge field for experimentation. Well, friends, it seems that we've covered all the new turrets, but I have a few more guesses and theories that I want to share with you. If the developer has already added such unusual mechanics, it's likely that they have plans for the future. For example, let's take the rocket turret. We've already noticed that the rocket from this turret doesn't match the one from the regular rocket launcher. This raises the question of why the developer added a new rocket model. Maybe in future updates we will have a separate weapon with this very rocket, but already in the hands of the character. In my opinion, this sounds logical because there is simply no point in making a new model for the sake of one turret. The same goes for the knife turret. It shoots knives that are not available anywhere else in the game. And here it seems to me that this is 100% hint. Because usually, the developer adds a new item first in a hidden form, and then releases a full-fledged weapon. It is quite possible that in one of the next updates, we will be able to pick up these new knives. Imagine how much this will change the gameplay. We might even see the introduction of throwing weapons or unique melee combat. And you know, friends, after I tested all these turrets, I had an idea. In the 32.0 update, the developers have already shown that they can add something completely unexpected, such as the healing turret, which heals NPCs instead of dealing damage. This means that we can expect even more strange and interesting turrets in the future. I decided to imagine some possible variations. The first idea is the acid turret. Imagine this, she doesn't shoot bullets or lasers, but a green sludge that eats away at everything around her. I hit an NPC, and it's gradually starting to collapse, right in front of my eyes. Such an effect would look as harsh as possible, and would definitely appeal to those who like experiments with physics. The second idea is the freeze turret. She could release an ice ray that completely stops NPCs, turning them into an ice statue. And after that, you can either leave them frozen or smash them with one blow. Visually, it would be very beautiful and would add another interesting mechanic to the game. Next, I have an idea for an electric turret, which is an electric turret. Its shots not only deal damage, but also stun NPCs with electricity. When an NPC is hit, they start twitching, sparks fly in all directions, and if there is another NPC nearby, the current can jump to them as well. This chain reaction would be perfect for large-scale battles. And you know, the best part about these theories is that they are quite realistic. If we already have turrets with missiles, knives, healing, and lasers, why not add acid, ice, or electricity? Developers love to experiment, and we might see these options in the next update. Well, friends, these are some really interesting and even somewhat strange secrets related to the new turrets in the 32.0 update. As for me, the developer did a great job this time, because each turret has its own trick and leaves room for experimentation. It's especially cool that you can now build entire scenes with different mechanisms and combine them. Please share your thoughts in the comments about which turret you like the most. And maybe you already have theories about how they can be used or what other secrets they hold. Be sure to share. I read all your comments, and it is possible that it is your guess that I will check in the next video. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. If you liked it, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so that you don't miss new videos. Well, I'm going to prepare more experiments and secrets for you from Melon Playground. See you very soon. Good luck to everyone, and bye-bye.